It's beer 30.
No, that's okay to have on there.
Oh.
I don't mind that. I mean, it was Kim White from Village Liquors, and she sells beer. Okay, it is Tuesday, August the 7th. Let the record show that this meeting of the North Hudson Board of Trustees called to order at 7 o'clock, and I would ask our clerk if she will please call the roll.
Trustee Head?
Present.
President Klein?
Yep.
Trustee O'Brien Berglund? Here. Ortner is absent. Stanifer?
Here.
Wecken?
Here.
Zappa?
Here.
All right, thank you. Item number 2 on the agenda is a review of the minutes from the July 3rd meeting.
I'll move to approve the minutes from the July 3rd, 2012 Board of Trustees meeting.
Second.
Thank you. Any edits, corrections, modifications? All in favor of the motion to approve the minutes of the July 3rd board meeting, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. We have we don't have anybody on the floor here, so we'll skip number 3. Item number 4 is to amend the Class V liquor license for the extended premise for the Village Inn Chicken Feed on August the 11th. Anybody care to make a motion?
I'll move that Class B / Class B, again, retail license for sale. You read this whole thing, George?
I don't think that's necessary. No, you don't.
Okay, and I'll move the suggested motion regarding the Village Inn chicken feed.
Second.
Thank you. Is there any questions or discussion or while the chief is here? All in favor of the Village Chicken Feed motion for August the 12th, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Looks like Seasons Tavern wants to have a little something over Pepperfest. Anybody want to make a motion on that one?
I'll move the suggested motion for Seasons Tavern temporary amended event taking place Saturday, August 18th from 9 a.m. until 2 a.m. Sunday, August 19th.
Thank you, Stan.
Second.
Thank you, Colleen. Any questions? This is an appropriate time for us to put on a little sales pitch for the Pepperfest, which is going to be taking place on that weekend. All right. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right. Next item on the agenda, item number 6, the formation of a union contract negotiation ad hoc committee. This is something that we do about this time preceding the negotiations for the new police union contract. And you'll see that there is a suggested motion in front of you. I'd ask someone from the board to please read that.
I'll make the motion to move to approve the formation of the union contract negotiation ad hoc committee to include Village President George Klein, Public Safety Committee Chair Mark Zappa, Village Administrator Gloria Truster, and North Hudson Police Chief Mark Rickert. This ad hoc committee shall be formed for the specific purpose of negotiating the WPPA union successor contract and will be abolished upon the approval of the contract.
Second.
Thank you. You'll notice on the next page there is a, oops, excuse me, I'm ahead of myself.
Better vote.
All right. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
For the same sign. Item number 7, new business from the board or staff. President's comments. You'll notice item number 1, recommended appointment of the cable board representative. Ted, have you have a chance to make a decision?
George, I will tentatively accept this position pending some discussion, I believe, with the gentleman that's videotaping us right now.
Okay. Thank you, Ted. We need a motion on that?
You probably should. Yeah, I mean, is he going to be the board, the rep?
Tentatively, yeah.
Well, tentative.
Until he decides not to take it.
That's a disclaimer, isn't it? Tentative.
Why don't you just vote on it, it'd be good.
All right. All in favor of accepting Ted as our new cable board representative, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Item number 2 says recommended appointment of a senior citizen board representative.
George, was there a second on that, on your motion to appoint Ted? I'm sorry.
Colleen did.
Yeah, Colleen.
Okay,
Colleen did.
thank you for the clear.
Yeah. Surprised you didn't hear that. Okay. Item number 2. I have in front of me the Hudson Area Senior Center brochure, and I'm actually a little bit embarrassed to have to say that we don't have a representative, and we haven't for quite a while. I have been seeking one for quite a while. I've talked to, as you can well imagine, most of my friends are senior citizens, being one myself. It's difficult trying to find one. And so, we do have a representative on the board. She lives in Hudson. And you may not know her, but you know her son. He's sitting right over here. Bonnie Rickard is our appointed representative. And while I really like Bonnie, I don't think it's right that we've had to have somebody appointed by the board who doesn't even live in the village.
Is she willing to move?
You'll have to talk to Mark about that. I think not. And so I throw this out not to our Board of Trustees, but to all those out there in TV land who do watch this program. If you would like to step up and have some fun, they meet once a month. They meet at City Hall. And from what I understand from Bonnie, they have a good time. And so please call 386-5141. You'll speak to either Gloria or Cheryl or Becky and tell them that you would like to volunteer to be our representative. I would thank you very much for that. All right, item number 3, EMS update. What you see on the next page in your booklet here is what I will continue to have Neil Soltis. He's the finance officer for the city of Hudson. And every month he puts out a synopsis and a very detailed financial summary of the EMS. And so I'm going to make sure that gets sent. He's assured me he would send this to Gloria on a monthly basis so that you can see where we are with EMS. This, to me, is an excellent synopsis, and so you know how we're doing with EMS. And I think that's all I have for that. If you have any questions on that, please don't hesitate to give me a call and say, what do you mean by this? I'd like some clarification. Or you can call Neil directly. He's indicated he's more than happy to be able to answer any questions. He does an excellent job for us. Okay, item B on the in section 7 here is the administrator's comments. So I turn it over to Gloria.
I am going to save my comments for finance.
Okay. Item C is the village clerk's comments. Becky?
I feel like I do this every month, but it's just a reminder that we have another election coming up next week on Tuesday, August 14th. This will be the fall partisan primary. In past years, it has been held in September. It has been moved to August, and the polls will be open from 7 a.m. till 8 p.m. Residents have until 5 p.m. on Friday of this week to register to vote or to vote by absentee ballot. So hopefully we will see everybody coming in next week to vote. That's all I have.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay. Plan Commission, looks like the Plan Commission didn't meet. Would that be appropriate?
That is correct.
All right. Personnel and Finance Committee. Finance Committee met at 6:30, anticipating that we were going to have a long meeting. And it turned out to be a lot shorter than we thought it would be.
We met at 5:30, George.
5:30.
Or some of you did.
As you
or
would.
5:40.
5:35. Yeah, okay. We did have some claims. We'll start off with that. And if you look in that section of your book, you'll see how much we need to pay our bills, an amount of $48,000 plus. Anybody want to make a motion?
I move to approve the July 2012 non-recurring claims totaling $48,403.06.
Second.
Any questions? Roll call vote. We'll start with you, Ted.
Yes.
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 Thank you. Item B, bond refunding update. Betsy, this Eller's thing you're doing here?
Yes, just a quick comment on that. Last month and the month before, we've talked about refinancing of our bonds. And at that point, it projected out that we'd save about $127,000. The interest rates are continuing to be favorable, and the commercial market option has increased the savings by another $10,000. So hopefully that'll stay true for next month when you will be actually moving on the sale.
Excellent. Item C, because of some very recent activity, I would ask for a motion to postpone this until a future board meeting.
I'll move to postpone item C.
Second.
Thank you, guys. I believe you passed out a document for the board.
Yes. they should.
Okay, that was, the ink on that one is still damp. All right, if you read that over, you'll see why we are postponing this until a future date. Oh, all in favor of postponing indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Got the same sign. All right, the next item is the 2013-2014 revaluation. And Gloria, did you want to, well, we'll look for a motion on this first, and then we'll just talk about it briefly.
I'll move to authorize Bomar Appraisal, Inc. to complete a revaluation of all the properties in the village of North Hudson starting in 2013 through 2014 at a cost not to exceed $64,000 to be paid in 2 annual payments of $32,000.
I'll second.
Thank you. On the next page, you'll see a nice colorful printout showing, if nothing else, justification for why we need to do this. I would be hard-pressed to even think that we shouldn't be doing this. It's necessary. Gloria, do you want to talk briefly about this as you did at the finance meeting?
As you remember, the state came down with a mandate that stated that everything would have to be in digital format coming up. We did get another year added to our deadline, as did everyone else, but that's another justification to do the reval. Everything was on card file, and this will allow them to take photos, and we will have a program that will allow us to access it here also. So if we need to look to see if somebody's date of year of their house, the size of the lot, any of those items, it'll be all computerized going forward.
Very good. Again, what we need to make sure that the public knows is that reevaluations, as you folks see at the on that graphic, with the property values seem to be going down, we still need the same pot of gold to operate the village. So your taxes aren't going to go down necessarily, but what's going to happen is that they're reevaluated so that your house and the house next door are compatible and using the same ratios and so on. So that's that. I hope that you have read that document from Bomar, and because this will involve some expenditure. We'll have to take a roll call vote, and I'll start this time with you, Colleen.
Yes.
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 Item E, I'd like to talk about this just a little bit. I hope you had as much fun at the centennial celebration as those of us who put it on. It was a lot of fun, and I want to take this time to be able to tell the public that we did not use any taxpayer money for that celebration. The money that we used, I guess you could call it kind of seed money, it came from a generous grant from the Pepperfest Committee, and it also came out of generosity from our merchants. We had 3 merchants who helped to finance the buggy ride, and we had other merchants who stepped up to the plate and donated other things, and we really appreciated that. As you know, we sold a slice of pie for $1. We sold some ice cream sodas and some lefseljeets. The sausages and the lefses were also donated. And so we ended up with some money. And the last account that I had was about $2,400. And there is still a couple of bills that need to be paid out of that, right?
Right, and that included the
And-
cookbooks that were sold.
Include the cookbooks. And,
are
oh,
still
by the way,
available.
we're going to be selling the cookbooks and the leftover buttons at Pepperfest. So we expect some more money to be coming in. Price of the cookbooks is down to $20 a book. So if any of you board members don't have one and didn't contribute a recipe, $20. But everybody else, $20. Anyway, we expect some more money in from that. So we had a meeting recently, the committee did, out at Cozy Corner, and the suggestion for what to do with the money, everybody jumped on it, smiled, and says, that's a good one, and that is, as you see on the agenda here, the purchase of a Welcome to the Village of North Hudson, established June 10, 1912. And so what we would like to do is get your approval to send it to the park board to have them do a little bit of work on this, and they'll come back with a design and the size, and then we'll get going on erecting such sign. So Mark, would you like to make a motion?
I would, but I wasn't asking the park board to design it. I was
No.
just whatever it was just the park board to take a look at it and see if it meets their approval and to move it on from there.
The thinking was that we'd use Lebo Sign, who has done our park signs, and to use some of the park board signs, pretty much, they'd be bigger than that. And Mark Ekblad is looking into the requirements and making sure we get approval from the state, because this would be in the right-of-way on a state trunk highway, and so we can't proceed until we get their approval as well. So there's a lot of legwork that has to go into before the actual erection of these signs. So would you make a motion?
I'll move to whatever you said.
Man, I said a lot, Mark.
I know that. I don't know.
And George,
I'll move to-
I'll second to whatever you said.
Yep.
I could
approve
restate the
that-
motion that
okay,
was made
I
at finance,
move
if anybody
to-
would like to.
Please.
Okay.
I move to have the park board look at the sign donated by the Centennial Committee and for its eventual installation.
Mark, would it be helpful to hear what your motion was at finance?
I don't care.
Okay, it was to recommend approval of the purchase of Welcome to the Village of North Hudson signs using the proceeds from the Centennial Celebration contingent upon Park Board approval.
There you go.
And I will second Mark's motion from the Finance Committee suggestion.
Wow.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. Because there's no immediate spending on this, all in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Item F. Now, this is where you, Gloria, you wanted to save your minutes to this very item, wasn't it?
No, this
No?
is the item that I won't be discussing. We were going to pass over this one.
Oh, Passover. It usually
Or-
happens in April, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. So, shall we just postpone this?
sure.
Okay. Do we need a motion to postpone? I mean, we'd add a motion to postpone the library. We're not gonna discuss item F tonight. Public Works. Do you like the way I moved into that?
Very good, yeah.
One item to bring forward from Public Works, and we did at the last Public Works meeting, approve and recommend to this board, and we earlier tonight at Finance approve and recommend to this board, and I will now move to approve the snow removal contract with Bjornsted and Sons for the period from 1 September 2012 through 31 August 2013 as outlined in the information packet.
Second.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Including the-
That's assumed.
Yeah,
it's assumed.
this is so. The contract that Becky has,
Yep.
Becky's version.
Okay, with the recommendations from the village attorney to add some language.
Right, that's assumed.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay. Boy, I hope it doesn't snow in July. All right, any question about this contract? This annual contract?
Past July.
No, it's
Oh,
2013.
2013.
I have one question. Have we ever, so there's a minimum approval of $9,000. Have we ever not spent, has the village ever not spent $9,000 in snow removal?
No.
Yes.
Apparently, yes.
Not to your recollection.
Not to my recollection and not according to what Mark told us.
Well, our books say differently.
Yeah, I
but
think there has been one.
But probably not often.
It's at about 7,500 for 2011 currently. I think it probably should be 9,000, but,
He's not sent us a bill yet.
and I'm saying it's too late. It's
Oh, yeah,
been a
yeah,
year.
Yep, no, just
Yep.
more of a curiosity question.
Okay. This is a contract, and so we'll have a roll call vote. Start with you this time, Ted.
Yes.
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 Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
What if we can make like this one sound of yes?
Okay, public safety?
Yeah, ready, yeah. What? Oh, chair update. Oh, nothing to report. I think. Yeah, we didn't make any recommendations, did we?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay. Park board?
No public safety in July.
There's no public safety.
We had a meeting.
There was.
There was a meeting.
Yeah.
And our next meeting is Thursday at 5:30.
5:30. I won't be able
2
to
days
make
from
it.
now?
Can we move on?
Yeah.
The enthusiasm, you cut it with a knife. Okay. Public welfare.
Public welfare did not meet in July.
Colleen, you're on.
We did meet in July, but I don't really have too much to report. The equipment that we had purchased for Ferry Landing Park, we decided to put in Summers Landing Park instead. It's not been installed yet, and Mark is working on that.
Do you have any idea of when it will be?
No, I asked Mark, and I thought it was going to be in by now, but last time I drove by there a couple days ago.
Maybe we can follow up with that.
I know that there have been, some people have talked to me about volunteering to help put that stuff together and put it up. So I'll just share that with you, that all you need to do is say the word at your next committee meeting, and you will have an army of people putting this stuff together.
Yeah, is it a Ferris wheel?
Yeah, it's huge.
All right. I'm just throwing it out as just so that you know that once the concrete dries, I understand that there's some things that will need to be set in concrete. And once that stuff is set in place, then we can get a team of volunteers to put it together.
Sounds good, thank you.
All right? Anything else?
Nope.
All right. At this time, I will move that we go into closed session pursuant to Wisconsin Statute 19.35E for the purpose of determining and negotiating and bargaining strategy for the possible purchase of real property and the investing of public funds, and also pursuant to 19.35G for the purpose of conferring with legal counsel for the governmental body who is rendering oral advice concerning strategy to be adopted by the body with respect to litigation in which it is or is likely to become involved with respect to 712 Pine Street North.
Second.
Thank you, Colleen. And with that,
You should take a roll call vote.
okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
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 This meeting is adjourned into closed session. We will
7:27.
7:27. Might I request